Anyone need to do anything? Who? We?
No, I'm good.
Hey Aussie gamers and honorary Aussie gamers from around the world, welcome to episode 78. Today is Wednesday the 20th of May 2015 and you're listening to the Aussie Gamers Express podcast, the podcast with hosts slightly more attractive than botchlings. I am your host, LewkOne, and joining me as usual is my good friend Thorncliff. How are you, mate?
I'm really good.
Awesome, and also joining us is our other great friend Red. How are you?
I'm a little bit under the weather, mate, but between you two, you dose up a good serve of penicillin, so I should be right.
That's like that other thing you like to put in your mouth.
Yeah, man, no, just a bit under the weather, but yeah, happy to be here with this. This takes precedence almost over breathing, so...
Yeah, like a trooper. Every time that you mention that you've been crook or under the weather, I'm like, oh, Red, do you want to postpone the podcast? Do you want to sit out for this week? You're like, nah, man.
No, I fucking don't know, I'll die.
Not gonna happen.
Yeah, so I do it's unrecorded, but you guys have known that I've been a little bit crook lately, and you've been very accommodating, and I do appreciate it. But yeah, I live for this shit, and want to give back to those that give to us. So yeah, don't count me out.
You're a good man. All right, before we start, here's this week's show in preview. First, we'll have game talk, and then in the news, we will cover PSN was down last week. H1Z1 bans cheaters, Need for Speed Tease, more songs revealed for Guitar Hero Live, arrest for DDoSing, there is a cow level, Heroes of the Storm open beta, Rainbow Six announcement and release date, Dying Light DLC. And also, after that, we'll do What's That Sound? Not so frequently asked questions. This week it's going to be about Xbox, and no, Red, it's not going to be that they exist.
Ring.
After that, we'll do Shout and bring the show home for another week. Okay. Sean.
What have I done this week?
Yeah.
Well, on Friday, I had my very first online game of Call of Duty Advanced Warfare.
Hadn't you played it online yet?
No.
Okay.
No, not at all.
Level 1 noob.
Level 1 noob. I actually had to play a game so I could get invited to the clan.
Oh, yeah, you had to.
Yeah.
Got to participate in it.
Yeah. They got to register.
So, So, yeah, I played a couple of games with the Red Man, and then the Clan War was on the weekend, so I participated in that with the guys. So, Nikos and Zesty and Rossmark, Red, and a few others that plodded along. And yeah, I had great fun. I really sucked at it, but I played the domination node of it. So all I really needed to do was run around and try and capture the points, which was the big help for the team. And I died a lot and just kind of laughed it off and yeah, kept on going. So yeah, it was great fun. I really enjoyed it, and thanks for Red for doing all he does behind the scenes to get the clan wars up and going and getting teams together and that, because yeah, it was really enjoyable. So,
how did we go? How did the AGE clan go?
I think
in a word?
Yeah.
in a word, yeah.
Shocking.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll just up because we're in the platinum division. You see, we've worked our way up to second top tier, and it's just so hard. and it really is. It is hard too. And also, as you're going to touch on in the news, but we weren't able to play for probably the first day of the clan war either.
Yeah.
It's hard to get 6 or 8 people all in the one spot at the one time. But yeah. Look, we played gun game as well. It was just. It was awesome fun.
Yeah.
We didn't take it overly serious, which has been the thing in the past where we've played 12, 13-hour days and still to no avail, if you know what I mean. So this is, yeah, we done no good, but because we participated, we don't get relegated back to gold.
So when you play, like when you say that it was hard because your opponents were good, or hard because there was just so many of the others playing?
because the latter, because there was the other clans. Sometimes you can get matched up with people that just don't play, and you can just walk in,
Yeah.
But there was there was 4 not including us, so 5 really active clans in our 8 clan battle, 18 clan battle. Yeah, so it was a lot of fun, and it's always you get to that. All right, we need one more win with 4 of us, and we'll take it. You lose, and then you win. Then you go back to find out the other person's just quickly jumped on, got one more win than us, and then taken the points. It's like, fuck.
Yeah, I'm new to the whole way that the points are working and all that kind of stuff. But I think we ended up coming second in the domination node.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's not all of them and that. And when I do play a bit more, I'd be helpful in the other division or the other nodes and that, but playing team deathmatch and things like that there, where I'm not really good at killing people as yet and still quite a low level, I'm just going to get annihilated in that division, and I'm more of a hindrance than help being in those other nodes because they like kill confirmed in that. If I'm constantly getting killed and they're picking up my tags, then I'm quite a hindrance in those levels. But,
you're just feeding them points?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's me too, man. Don't worry about that.
Yeah, but overall it was great fun, and the gun game, with just the Aussie Gamer guys and a couple of others, it was great fun. Like just I was constantly getting hunted down by like Ross Mark and Red with his stabby in it, and it was just. It's the only thing I can beat Red in on points because he goes around just stabbing people and I get
punchy, isn't it?
Yeah, punchy.
Yeah, we've elevated from stabby to punchy.
Yeah. So it was great fun. It was just.
Mind you, worst time to try and play COD for the first time during a clan war.
Yeah, in platinum division. I thought, you know what? Yeah, I'll give it a go, and I had fun. I enjoyed it.
That's what it's all about, but
yeah. It's one of those things where, like, I've been doing a lot of research online about trolling and all that kind of stuff, and how it's rampant in the FPS and MOBA scenes, and it's just because of the competitiveness of it. Like you listen to Weeksy and Zesty and that, and even you, Red. You start getting really fired up and really ragey over these things. And it's just the sheer competitiveness of it that. I find myself, my missus yelling from upstairs, language, because I said, oh, look, this fucker.
Are you married to Captain America?
Shit, language.
Yeah. Next, we got a copy of Torren on the PS4. So I played through that and went back and played it probably a second time all the way through and got 100% in it. So all the trophies are gold trophy for the 100% in it. It's a weird, interesting game. You know what? Like, I enjoyed the story of the game, and that was about it. It's the first game released by the company, and it's just
Sword Tales.
Yeah, it's not clean. It's not what I was expecting for a PS4 experience. I had a few game-breaking glitches in it that I needed to require me to
hang on
to
a
start.
second. Hang on.
Yep.
Game-breaking, I think, is a
but
term that is like saying hate. That is a very strong word.
No,
Clarify what you're talking about.
Like just bits in it that, like I had to jump across an area, and there was something in that area that kept on blocking me, so I'd only do a tiny little jump, and I couldn't get past the area unless I restarted it. And then I'd jump to the next platform, and I'd go to jump again, and it'd do it again at the next one. And just little glitches in it that made you restart checkpoints and stuff like that. Yeah, and it got a bit frustrating. Yes, it did. But overall, game-wise, it's a great first effort. The graphics in it are very unpolished, and if I say anything, I would have liked them to try and spend a bit more time on that, getting textures right, and just making it look and feel a bit better than what it is, because that's what really turned me off in the end, was the look of it. Basically, I was playing it on a next gen console and it didn't feel like it.
Well, I guess it goes to show the enjoyment that you get out of a game makes a big difference depending on the audience, because when I played it, I absolutely loved it. I thought it was a brilliant game. It is not a perfect 100% polished game that you were talking about. Obviously, there's many reasons behind that. I don't know what their budget was like or how many people were working on it, but I had to take that game for what it was, and I thought it was fantastic. It was filled with emotion and very minimal storytelling. The storytelling comes a lot from what you experience in the game and the sort of the environment. I thought the environment was a beautiful environment. Now, yeah, okay.
It was very what's that one with the Titans? The PS3. It had that kind of feel about it. Shadow of Colossus.
Yeah, I can see where you're coming from with that.
Yeah.
Look, yeah, it has very rough edges, and if you're not careful, they'll cut you. But it worked. There was nothing, in my opinion, game breaking about it. There were quite a few amount of bugs that with the controls and things like that. Look, as well, you get a sword in the game. The sword is quite a large. I would say the sword is a character in itself, and it's a big part of the game. So I'm a little bit disappointed in the actual sword play. That was probably the biggest disappointing thing. When you swipe with your sword, it just didn't carry. It didn't feel like you were swinging a sword. It felt a little bit soft. When you attack like some of the lower level enemies in the game, it's one swipe and they're dead. So the sword play could have been a little bit better, but the overall experience that I had with Torren was quite good. I was intrigued and wanted to see how everything was going. And it also had like a couple of quirky features, like where even though you die and you get taken back past where you've been, things that you've done previously were still affected. So it wasn't just a restart from checkpoint and redo everything. Things that were already done previously are still live in the game. Like for an example, it's only a small thing, but it's a small detail that I like. There was a section where you're climbing in the tree, and you step on top of like a petrified version of yourself, and the head falls off. Do you remember that part?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
If you die beyond that and you get taken back, the head's already fallen off. It doesn't reset everything.
So kind of it's semi-quick saves as you're going through. So
yeah, but it just gives you that sense of sort of like a deja vu, like I've been here before.
Yeah.
It's not, okay, just restart. I don't know, it was a cool little thing. And yeah, just the meaning behind a lot of it. There was a lot of symbolic things in Torren, and I thought it was good. And I just want to quickly explain what Torren is as well.
Can I just say, like, with my experience of it, that's what kept me going.
Yeah,
why I actually went through and completed it, and then went back and thought, you know what, I want to see if I can get everything in here, is because of the experience and the story in there. It's just
whereas it might not be, one of your highlights of the year, being obviously an indie game. It definitely has enough to keep you going through it anyway. But yeah, what I want to just to quickly explain what it is for people that don't know what we're talking about. Torren's an indie game. You start off as a little girl. You actually start from when you're a baby and go through right to adulthood. And just as sort of interpretation and what I get from it, because it's not exactly spelled out for you, I guess you're stuck in this tower somehow, maybe cursed or whatever, and the tower is being attacked by a beast, a big dragon thing. And basically the idea is you need to try and work out how to eradicate this threat to the tower. And by doing that, you climb up what is a tree that you plant at the beginning, the tree of life. Get to the top of the tower is basically the essential part of the game. And you go through and you learn things along the way. And it's a 3D adventure game? Would you call it that?
Yeah.
Adventure story game. And yeah, look, it is rough around the edges. The graphics, aren't going to blow you away. But if you look beyond the actual graphics, the style of the game is quite nice. And we were talking about it the other night. May have been in a chat party or a text chat. I'm not sure. But I said to you, if the graphics, so the actual visuals, were totally polished and used all of the power of the PlayStation, I think that would have made the game probably sell a lot more to people looking at it, because I think everything else, the game's there. It is absolutely there.
You'd be looking at low budget game of the year.
Yeah, it is absolutely there. It just feels like it was halfway through development and they ran out of money and shipped it. Yeah. That's what I'm thinking happened, because it didn't feel like the shortcomings were because of the developers not having the ability to do X and Y. It just felt like they didn't have the time.
Yeah, it's as you say, it's the first one. It was funded by the Brazilian, like Brazil Interactive or something. It's got something to do with. Do you think it would have taken off on a Kickstarter and been able to?
I thought that's where you were going. Yeah, absolutely. I don't know if they did a Kickstarter. I don't think I heard anything about that, but they probably would have got a little bit more money. Showing those visuals in screenshots would have gotten people excited, and they would have probably gathered a lot more coin to put towards the game, and it probably would be a better overall video game. But look, from memory, I think it's less than $15, isn't it?
Yeah.
$12.95. Yeah.
$12.95 for $12.95. That game is brilliant.
Yeah.
But you got to be the type of person that will appreciate that. If you enjoyed something like Journey, don't get me wrong, you're not going to get the beautiful visuals of Journey. But if you enjoyed Journey, you will probably like Torrent, because it's
Never Alone.
Yeah, Never Alone as well. Yep.
The storytelling along the way in there and that. And
it's the minimalistic storytelling where you get a lot of story, but
it leaves you guessing. It leaves you thinking at the end, like, what does this mean and what is that? It's semi like when you watch like the Matrix films, and you got so many different people have different theories about what things mean in the game. Like as I look at it and say, right, we've got the Tree of Life, and there's the Circle of Life, which entails in it along the way with the steps that you take throughout the game. The dragon pops up every now and again, and they're the struggles that you have within the life. And
yeah,
it's you ask different people that have played the game, they're going to give you different things on what you believe the meaning behind things are. So
one last thing I want to say about it before I ask you, Red, what you thought of it. I just wanted to say one thing that was done absolutely brilliant, and it was the actual design of how you played the game. I think it was made so intuitive that I was never actually stuck thinking, where do I go next? Yeah. There are several different ways that you can go. It's not completely linear, but for some reason I always just felt like I knew which way to go. That's got a lot to do with the camera angles and the suggestiveness, the suggestive nature of the camera angles, but it worked fine. And that's one thing that hurts games for me, is that when I don't know which direction to go.
Yeah.
And this game, I just felt like I knew where I was going. But yeah, Red, look, you played it as well. What were your thoughts on it?
Yeah, I'll chuck in my 2 cents worth, saves rehashing it later. It was, you touched on a big zing word for me, it was symbolic. And when it comes to symbolism, it is personal interpretation. So what you thought you were doing as opposed to what I thought I was doing and Sean could be 3 completely different things with the same end game, if you will, no pun intended. But I felt there was kind of like, not exactly like a for example, like Native Indian or the Eskimos, like an old folklore feel to it.
Dream time for the
dream time. You know what I mean? It was really inlaid with your teachings and how because everything, as you've already all touched on, going up the trees, the circle of life, you're getting older, everything like that, and the dragon does could represent hard times in life. And well, spoiler alert, ending the game, you essentially overcome all your troubles in life. Ta-da. and everything like that. But one thing I will say about a lot of games, like I agree with the bugginess. I had to restart checkpoint here or there. It did give me the shits here and there because right at the start I never really knew what I was getting myself into, like story-wise or anything like that. And sometimes I'm not the biggest story-driven game. I'll just go play multiplayer. But one thing I will say about this, it delivered a unique experience no game has before, and you probably remember that scene where I lost me shit. You know, I near called it from the start of it.
Well,
But
which one was that? I don't remember.
The goat? No, the bloody deer.
Yeah.
Where you led the deer over to the sacrificial chamber.
How did that frustrate you? I can't remember. I thought that...
No, that didn't frustrate. No, that was a unique experience.
Oh, is that... No, that's what I was asking. Which part made you call it like you weren't going to play?
Oh, it felt clunky, and I got to this part where I couldn't get past it, and I had one of those little face huggers stuck on my hand, and I'm like, well, how do I hit this thing to drop the chains down and restart the checkpoint? Yeah, so...
Yeah, I had a bug there too, where I couldn't get one of those face huggers off me.
Yeah, and you couldn't swing your sword. Your sword was disappeared, gone.
I just had to jump off the edge and start again.
Oh, yeah. As I said, you've done it the dramatic way, and I just went and restarted checkpoint. Fuck this! But it sincerely delivered a quite a unique experience, which a lot of games don't. They've got a rather generic feel when you're talking of COD and Battlefield and all that. It's just the same. Yeah, I quite enjoyed it once I persevered. Like, I think I mentioned when we were in a chat party, the same one you were talking about, it had a real old school feel, like your Mega Drive and everything like that. The checkpoints were so spacious that if you did die here at X, you'd go all the way back to Y sort of thing.
See, I never had that problem. I never went back unless I just miraculously died just after checkpoints all the time, but I thought that the checkpoints were very plentiful.
Did you die at the end, at the final level?
Yes.
At all?
Yes.
So you had to work your way all the way back up behind the dude?
No.
No?
Certain checkpoints along the way in that.
There's checkpoints along the way, yeah.
There is, but you've got to start right back at the start and work your way back past where you've already progressed.
Okay, so he was already all the way up. I know this is going to be a bit cryptic to people that haven't played it, but so the guy had already progressed all the way up the level.
Yeah. And
so you didn't have to get him there, but you had to get back to him.
Yeah, shit.
And that's why they've got those statues for you to grab a hold of.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, I know what you're talking about. Yep.
Yeah, and everything was purposeful. If there was something there that felt like a puzzle-ish, or you had to use something in order to avoid something, you had to use it. There was no risking it. Oh, I can get to the next one. No, you really can't.
Did you realise? Now, I didn't realise this the first time through, but when I replayed them. That in the windy sections, then the wind blows you off. If you get the upgrade to the sword, you can use that to stop flying off.
Yeah, you dig your sword in.
Yeah. There you go.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, you played it through.
100%. Yeah.
Yeah, you dig your sword in.
I went the hardcore. Yeah.
Golf. But yeah, all in all, enjoyable experience. Was driven mainly by the way I could recreate the story they were telling in my own interpretation. I enjoyed that. You were never prompted. There was never a glowing bing, bing, go this way. You made your own mind up. And that sort of freedom's not found in a lot of games. So, yeah, kudos. Because I watched the credits, there was one 2D designer and 3 3D designers, and then you'd overlap, and one of the 2D designer was part of the 3D designing team. So I'm thinking this team's under 30 people.
Yeah, probably.
Reduce it. And if you can... I did make a comment there at one stage. It probably didn't deserve to be on the PlayStation Network, but if small companies and they probably provided a grant from the government, like Sean said. If they don't get this opportunity, well, it's almost been eradicated from us here in Australia being able to do it. If they don't get the opportunity, A, they're never going to get any better, B, they're never going to get any credibility, and C, they're never going to get any money.
On any marketplace, including the PSN store, if Doki Doki Universe is allowed, then anything is allowed.
Yeah, and Monster Bag.
Yes.
Yeah, so yeah, I was critically harsh of it until I actually got a full dose, if you know what I mean. I got the full experience, so it was definitely an experience I don't regret.
You know what? I know I'll go on record saying this. I reckon the next game from these guys will probably be sick.
Yeah,
It'll be 10 times better.
Hopefully we can make contact and keep in contact with them.
Yeah.
Did you notice in the credits as well, some of those images are very dark.
Oh, some of the bloody tones in the sim, the sacrifice. Wow.
Yeah. So, no, yeah, as I say, it's very. I enjoyed the story. Could have done with some more polish.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. What else?
Air Mech Arena.
Hey.
Been played a fair bit of that. I got to the point where I was really smashing the AI on it, and then did it up to 2v1 in the AI. So had 2 AIs against me. Kicks it up a level. It's really good, really challenging. And played with Red, so gave him a couple of battles. It's currently 4-2.
A couple of battles, you kick my ass.
Yeah, you got in with my strategy though, so
yeah, you won the first 4, I won the last 2.
Yeah, so
what's your strategy, Sean? Win one match and stop playing.
He did when he won the first one. He goes, "All right, I'll catch you later, guys." You're fucking Hearthstone in this bitch.
Undefeated. Yeah, but yeah, I tank rushed him a couple of times, so I was busy on the side with one of my bases and was just smashing tanks out there, and then was going to the opposite side to his base, and I just run around and start shooting his guys, which would pull him away. So then I'd get more tanks, and then just tank rush him down one side while I was keeping him busy across the other side until he realised, oh fuck, there's shit attacking my base.
Too late.
Too late. Boom, I got him. And then he was coming back at me, and I just built a whole heap of rocket towers. So whenever he came anywhere near my base, just like 10 or 15 of the rocket turrets would just launch at him and annihilate him. So yeah,
big meaning.
Yeah.
I've worked it out now.
Worked it out, yeah.
So let's go on record. Anyone out there that wants to put together a team of 2 or 3, us 3 podcast presenters will warrant your challenge.
Yes. We'll take you on. Yeah. And last but not least, we got The Witcher 3 yesterday. So that was released. And probably put about 2 hours into it last night after it finished downloading, and I've got other things done, and pretty good so far. Looks amazing. First opening cutscene is wicked.
Wait. For those who've played it, I used to be an adventurer until I took a crow to the eye.
Yes.
How brutal was that?
That's right at the start. A brutal bit was a bloke running at him, running at the guy that was on the horse, and the horse comes past and boom, head straight off.
That'd be neat. Yeah, you know what? They packaged that up in a box and sent it to
Don Corleone.
Don Corleone, yeah. He buys them now by the box load.
And yeah, I just put in a bit of time. It's very, you know what, like, I love the RPG type of things, like the World of Warcraft with the quest lines and all that kind of stuff. This seems very cutscene heavy. It adds to the experience a bit, but right from the start, it is very cutscene heavy, just with the bits that I've played anyway. And enjoying it though. It is really good, like talking to basically everyone you can talk to and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, I'm enjoying it.
Yeah, well, I started playing it yesterday. I put in, the timer says 8 or 9 hours yesterday, but I don't think I played it for that long. I think the timer keeps going if you've gone back to the dashboard or whatever. But anyway, put a fair bit of time into it, and I was enjoying it, and I've never said that I was ever, too excited for this game. It's not really my interest area with the genre fantasy. It's not really something that I go gaga about. But anyway, I've got it and had a go of it, and I was enjoying it. Like, okay, yeah, it's good. It looks beautiful. It's probably one of the better looking large open world RPG games that I've played in a very long time that isn't on a PC. So it looks fantastic. The character models, man, the ladies in that game, they are gorgeous. They look real enough for me. Some people say, well, they're video game characters. How can you get so, go gaga over them? Like, well, come on, man. How real do they need to be? They look pretty good to me.
Samus, good to you.
Hey?
Samus looked good to you.
Well, yeah, the original Metroid.
Badass.
I've seen a little bit too much of Geralt's body, though.
He's battle worn in.
Well, he is, yeah. But, yeah, so many bath and nude scenes for him. So that's good for the ladies, I guess, and some of the guys. But I enjoyed the game, and I played it up until I got up to this particular mission where it didn't really give you any direction. And like I said earlier on, it's one thing that really gets me with a game when you get no direction. And in a game with a map so large, it's massive, with no direction, it was go and search here. Like, well, the map doesn't even say the name of, that was indicated. So I'm like, that could be anywhere. So that drove me insane. But I inadvertently kicked off some other missions and avoided doing that one altogether. So I might have to do it later, but I might have a little bit more information then. I don't know. So I've continued playing on, moving around that mission that I couldn't do. And I'm enjoying myself. I'm liking it. It won't win Game of the Year for me, but I am definitely enjoying playing it. I have also said that this game has the best horse animations and controls since Red Dead Redemption.
Yeah, big call, me too.
I won't go as far as saying it's better than Red Dead Redemption, but it's definitely the best I've played. Like, I've played games like Assassin's Creed had horses. The Dragon Age Inquisition had that's probably the worst horses I've ever used in Dragon Age. And I've described that horse to be the guy who plays Mr. Deeds, but from actually it probably is Mr. Deeds. I don't know. The very, very sneaky man?
Very, very sneaky.
Yeah.
That's the horse from Dragon Age Inquisition. He's come back as a horse because you whistle for your horse and you turn around and, whoa, he's there. Where the fuck did you come from? Very, very sneaky. But anyway, so the horses in The Witcher 3 are fantastic. What else? The botchlings, Red.
Botchlings? No.
Those things. Oh, you haven't gotten up to the botchlings.
No.
You don't know what I'm talking about?
No.
They're fucking disgusting.
Oh, is that what you were describing between you and Jason?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
okay. Yeah, no, I'm not there yet.
Oh my god. Those things it's an abomination. It makes me ill thinking about them. Sean, you haven't got that far, have you?
I'm not sure. I don't think so, but there was one
No.
point last
If you
night.
had, you'd know what I'm talking about. You won't forget. It will not be a distant memory.
Not at all. Yeah, from what you were saying.
All right, so anybody that knows what I'm talking about, I'm sure you damn set agree with what I'm saying. The botchlings, oh my god. I'll ask you about that next week. I've got a complaint. Probably a first world problem, but the fonts are too small. I can't read the shit in the menu.
Oh, okay.
Do you have that problem?
No, I sit 2 foot from the computer TV.
Yeah, I suppose. No, it's just one little thing. Oh, and the game crashed once for me.
For everyone.
Yeah, it's
Not
crashed for most people.
Not me yet.
But that's forgivable. Once is okay.
I got up to one bit, and I was riding to one of the towns to find to the garrison right at the start, and came across a guy sitting there whimpering on the side of the road, and he's like, "Oh, I don't know what happened. I crashed the cart, and then these things come after me and that." I'm like, "Oh yeah." And he's like, "Can you go get my stuff off the cart?" And you got to look at the ground and find where his cart went off and all that kind of stuff. Walk into this area, and these 4 dudes just attacked me and annihilated me straight off. And I'm just walking back past the guy going, "Go get your own fucking shit."
Fuck you, silly guy.
Yeah. You're going to fucking fool me again. Yeah. But it's cool that if you're not a high enough level and all that kind of stuff, it comes up and it kind of warns you, because it'll have like a red skull above the head of the beast if you go through an area and see something and you're not high enough level to attack it. It'll say, yeah, you might want to think twice about this kind of thing. So
and in
that's
your
pretty
quest
cool. Yeah.
So, Red, so apparently you're not enjoying it.
Who said that? What, you been at the Savo?
Oh, no. I'm just making it up to shitster. So,
well, what, Sean, 2 hours, you reckon? And Luke, you've done 8 to 9, and because you're a fair way through it.
No, that was yesterday. I've put a little bit more into it today, so I've done over 10.
Yeah, I'm up to 16 hours, and I haven't done 2.
I worked 16 hours in the last 2 days.
Fucking cry me a river.
Hey, this is Red's job. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
He's been working too.
And I haven't done 2/3 of the story content that Luke has, and it's really cool because, just to touch on one thing in a specific, we were both actually doing the same mission at the same time. Last night.
Yeah, but in different orders, yeah.
In different orders, yeah. But and not taking anything away from you, but you've experienced a lot of the story. And what level are you now? 4 or 5?
6 now.
6 now. So it's not demanding you to. So far, it doesn't feel like it's demanding you to do side quests in order to level up.
I thought it was, because remember when I told you that I was too low level to do any of the other missions that I had, and I couldn't work out how to do the one that had no mission marker.
Mm.
But it's just that I hadn't encountered the other missions that I could do. That was when I accidentally stumbled across the Baron mission.
I've just done that one today, actually. That's a good mission.
It is.
And, yeah, but the thing is, I'm on that exact same mission. I know exactly what you're talking about when it says search here, here, and here for Siri.
Yeah.
Let's just point out, for those that haven't bought it or whatnot, the main storyline is you're after Siri, which is your daughter, I believe, a young witcher.
No, she's
a hybrid or something. I don't know.
She's not your daughter.
Oh, in that dream, she seemed like it. Yeah.
No, but I don't really follow this sort of fantasy stuff before, but it was something that was bestowed upon you. So
yeah,
not like your daughter. I don't know if you won her in a hand of poker or if some weird god said, right, you're now going to have this. I don't know. It was something like that, but not daughter per se, but some sort of
connection like
connection, yeah.
So it's basically you're doing hundreds of fetch missions for people for information, and that's where it's making you do the side quests, Luke. There, because with those the mission search here, here, and here. Yeah, well, it's a whole area, as you've said, and there's no big circle search in this area. You actually have to go, interact, talk to them, go do a job for them, try and swindle them a little bit with an ability, or pay them with gold, which is a rare commodity, mind you. So get that delusion ability, but yeah, you got to do a whole heap of almost nothing missions. Go fetch this, kill this in order to retrieve this, bring it back to me, sort of thing, and I'll trade you some information. Then you start putting all that information together, which leads into another quest line, which all branches back in, because this is one of the first fantasy games per se that I've played where you've got multiple main quests. Normally you've got the one main quest that you're on at the moment in the timeline, and you've got an abundance of side quests. But in this one, I've got 5 main quests on the go at the moment, so it all must be, because if you do one thing for one person, they want you to go find their missing daughter, and you go do this for this person, and it's, oh, well, I can't find my girlfriend. It's like, Holy shit!
Yeah,
Right, yeah.
it all
You got
branches off, doesn't it?
yeah, but the characters you meet, that's what saves it. You know, Sean, you said it's cutscene heavy. Well, I think it's more conversation cutscene heavy. Like you get a lot of the cinematic at the start, and it's fucking top notch. It really
it looks
is
fantastic.
What an opening to a game that we've been anticipating for a long time.
Yeah.
But there is so much conversation, and one thing I will say to those who haven't started it while listening to this, if you haven't played The Witcher 1 and 2, which I haven't, and if it asks you if you want to simulate a save data from Witcher 2 and you say yes, take a few notes from the cutscene that you watch, because you will be pop quizzed on it later, which could or could not get you certain items. And I found that out the hard way, because I'm there going, oh, he got fucked up. Oh, he got fucked up. And then I got asked questions about it later, and I went, I don't know, he died. At whose hand? Don't know. But yeah, look, I'm going to be doing 3, 4, 5, 6, depends how long it lasts me, blog series, so I don't keep going on every single week on the podcast. Of course, it was released yesterday, so I'm going to waffle a little bit. But I'm going to do day 1 to 3, level 1 to 10 sort of thing. Instead of trying to cram it all in and review a whole game, I'm going to review/blog my experiences and getting to know the world, getting to know certain characters, and try and present it that way. So, yeah, I'm not taking up half hour, 45 minutes every week on the podcast just on The Witcher.
Well, that's amazing, because there's all these reviews that are out already for it, and you can't tell me that they've finished it.
Oh, not properly.
No. Yeah. There's like 28 different endings as well, isn't there?
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, that's a ridiculous amount, yeah.
They'll be lucky if they get one from me.
They will. You won't be able to help yourself.
No, no, well, it depends. I don't know what could happen.
Magic could happen.
Not a vampire.
But yeah.
I see. Well, you've got a month to finish it, because once Batman hits, it's...
Oh, yeah. Forget that.
Batman's hit and miss for me. No offense. Like, I know it's a good game. I've missed the last 2 Batman games, so I'm not gagging for it. I know you guys love it, and you've the shit out of the other one.
Go and give Iron Man a kiss.
Yeah, I know, right? Fuck DC.
Yeah.
But
fanboy.
All right, moving on from The Witcher.
All right.
Yeah, and that's about it for my gaming week, I think. Yeah.
All right, let me run through. So I'm just going to omit the ones that I've already discussed. Nom Nom Galaxy.
Oh, wow, very smart.
What the hell is Nom Nom Galaxy?
Soup simulator.
It is a soup simulator. Is that bizarre or what? It's basically a game where it's a side-scrolling... I call it a side-scrolling open world. Does that make sense?
Yeah, well, you can go anywhere. It's
like Terraria. Like Terraria, the sort of thing, you know? You can dig into the ground and stuff like that and build stuff. And you've got to build a soup factory. That's a really bizarre direction to go. But anyway, that's what they've chosen for the subject matter. So you build a soup factory. You've got to... The tutorial took me a very long time to get through. It's probably because I wasn't doing it right, but...
I failed it.
Yeah, I failed it a few times too. But anyway, once you get past the tutorial, you're literally put down on a blank canvas and you realised how much you were babied in the tutorial. It's actually quite hard because you've got to start from scratch. You've got to dig the areas that you want to put the stuff in. You've got no money. So you've got to work out how to get it running on minimal stuff, considering you've got no robot workers yet to help you. So it's literally just you. You've got to put down the soup machine. Then you've got to put down the rocket to get the soups off into space. And that's how you deliver it to the customers after you've made it. Then you make money, and the more money you make, and you get market share. So it has the ability to be a real complex game because you can build intricate tunnels into the ground to get the ingredients you need for the soups. You can make conveyor belts. You can make corridors where you can put robot workers that will walk it backwards and forwards for you. Separate robots that will dig it up. separate robots that'll pick it up from where it's been dug up, take it back. Then you've got robots that'll throw it up the shafts, up to the surface to get it into the soup machine. Then once it's in the soup machine, you can get it set so there's a robot that'll take the can and put it in the rocket. So it's possible to completely automate the whole process. The problem is the workers are lazy as all shit, and you have to keep your eye on them because sometimes they'll just stop working. So the way to get them to work again is you've got to go and thump them across the head.
Naturally.
Yeah, as you do in real life. And so that's the basic concept of it. There's also like a tower defense sort of style to the game as well, where you will get attacked by aliens and rival soup companies will come in and start shooting your shit. So you've got to set up turrets and attack robots and stuff on the top. So when they do come in, that'll attack, but then you can also pick up weapons to help with the attack. Kind of like Air Mech, where you've got the commander. So you're kind of like the commander and you're controlling all your troops. And that's about it for the campaign. You run through scenarios where you've got to get the soup company up and running, and you've got to get 100% market share to move on. Can be really, really hard. And it's for somebody that likes to take their time and pay attention to detail. It's not really me. This game's not for me. But I can appreciate that it's actually a really well-made game. It's just, very time-consuming. It is co-op. You can play it adversarial. You can play it co-op and split screen and all that sort of stuff. So that's all really cool. I haven't had a chance to give that a go yet, so I'm not too sure how good the servers are or aren't. But it's another game that's actually quite cheap anyway. So if you're into games like Terraria and like those company games, like it's an example. I played a game a while ago now, and I had to maintain like a hamburger store.
Oh, yeah, Tiny Tower.
So,
that's not it, but yeah.
No, not that one, but yeah, it's stuff like that, and that's what it essentially is. But it's just very in depth, where you've actually got to build the company, and you can sort of do whatever you want. It's very customizable. So, yeah,
you get a real ant farm happening, can't you?
Yeah, that's what it looks like, isn't it? Like an ant farm when you zoom out. That's the kind of the visuals that you're presented with, and it's by Pixel Junk. They did like that Pixel Junk Shooter. That was a PlayStation Plus game earlier this year or last year or something.
I did enjoy that until that required network connectivity.
That was an issue, and it's also like that SteamWorld Dig game as well. So if you're into games like that, I reckon you'll probably enjoy it. Not a bad game. Red, you played it as well, didn't you?
Yeah, all I subscribe is patience and attention to detail, which you've covered. It's full on without seeming so, and it's moving a lot faster than you're probably giving it credit for. So you got to be right on it. Like trying to keep that market share up and everything like that, you can get swallowed up. Your market share can be swallowed up pretty quickly because a robot's gone to sleep and you haven't actually shot any bloody soup up into the air for 10 minutes.
Yeah, that's right. But yeah, look, it's relatively cheap. I think it's on special at the moment for PS Plus holders as well. If that sounds like it's an interesting game to you, it definitely works. It does what it's meant to do really well. So if it's something that you think you'll like, you'll probably love it. All right. So other than that, moving on, Mech Arena, played that a little bit as well. That's sort of just a piss fart around game for me now. Obviously, being a free-to-play game, you're not really going to finish it, but still fun to play. Awesome game that I got into the beta for, thanks to you, Red, with you giving me the link to it. But Rocket League, the beta for that game, I can't wait for that game to come out. It has the feel of a free-to-play game, but I don't know if it is or not. But either way, I want that game when it's finished. That is a fantastic game. If you're wondering what Rocket League is, it is basically car soccer.
Yep.
So you have a team of cars. You're in what looks like a remote control car, and you have a massive, big, spherical ball. And you just got to crash into it and get it into the opponent's goal. And that is way more fun than it should be.
Yeah, and it's visually appealing and very.
It's gorgeous.
Yeah, it's not overdone. You know, they haven't tried to do too much. Keep it simple, stupid sort of thing.
Have you played it yet?
No, but I've watched. Yesterday I watched a Reddit tournament. Those boys are good.
Yeah, but the controls are perfect. They've got just the right amount of acceleration versus speed. You can stop and turn quite well without it being ridiculous and stupid. And there's also things like you got a drift button to help you turn around and stuff. So basically like a handbrakey. You can drive up the walls. You can pick up boosts, get the boosts off the ground so you can hammer it into the ball. You can, you've got like a double jump. So if you press X, it'll make your car jump. Press it again, it'll jump again. But then you can use directions as well. So you can double jump to the left, double jump to the right, double jump forward like a flip, and you can also double jump back. Now that's really good for like your shots. So just say you've got the ball coming across goal, think soccer, and you're driving up along the side of it. Now you're thinking, how am I going to hit this car, hit the ball? That's where you double jump to the right or the left, depending on what side you're on, to hit the ball that way to get it into the goal and stuff. And I obviously haven't played it that much, but I felt like I was starting to master it. It was really good. And at first I was losing, and then after a couple of hours of playing, I was winning like 5-2 and 7-3 and stuff like that. I was smashing it. It was so good. I love it. And
I'll be in.
Yeah, you can play 1v1. I like the 1v1 because it's a game where you don't have the other players sneaking up behind you and getting the ball. You can keep an eye on where the other player is, and you can keep an eye on the ball. So I like the 1v1, but you can do like 4v4, 3v3, 2v2, and stuff like that. It's a brilliant game. It's currently only in beta for I think the US and a couple other countries.
Yeah, US and UK.
So you will need a US account if you want to get this the beta. You have to go to the website and sign up. But yeah, it's once it does come out, I'm in. I think it's absolutely fantastic. And that's
I haven't played that yet, but yeah, looking forward to giving it a crank. So.
I'll give it a go. It's absolutely worth a go, especially while it's free because it's in beta. Give it a go. I recommend it. It'll probably talk you into getting it.
Yeah, I watched your video and stuff on it, and it does look pretty epic. So
yeah. It's tops.
Yeah.
Well, that's it for me. Red, you got any more to add?
The only game I haven't touched on that I've made some form of achievement in this week, Battlefield Hardline. Not yesterday, obviously, Witcher Day, happy Witcher Day. Monday, I got the hardest multiplayer / my last multiplayer trophy for the game. So that's most likely a platinum coming up. But yeah, that's about the only other significant thing in my week that we haven't talked about through the duration of Game Talk.
Cool. All right, then, let's move on to this week's news. All right, first up in the news, PSN was down last week. Red, that affected you? You were talking about how it stuffed up the clan wars for you?
The clan wars, yeah. Stupid.
Yeah, now, whether or not it actually was these guys, they're taking credit for it. That's the Lizard Squad that, that have been sort of causing havoc with the current gen consoles since their launch, I guess. They've been rearing their ugly heads. So they've taken credit for it, claiming it was them, and I've got the Lizard Squad tweets that they've put out, and I don't understand what the first one means, but they've said, what's next? And I guess they probably did that before they DDoSed PSN, once again, if it was them. And then they tweeted out, almost 1 year ago, the FBI stated that they would arrest us. There still hasn't been a single indictment. just because you haven't been arrested doesn't mean it's an invitation for you to continue being a jerk. Then they've tweeted, we're back, hashtag Lizard Squad. And then they've written status.playstation.com/English or ENUS. So that's the website that'll tell you the status of the PlayStation Network. I guess they posted that up so people could see that it was down. Whether or not it just went down for maintenance or other reasons and they're just saying they did it, I don't know. And then they've tweeted, I really missed all the butthurt gamers. How you guys been? I'm sure you missed us just as much. Very unlikely. That's just a taunt, I think, just a troll thing. Then they've tweeted PlayStation login, hashtag offline, hashtag Lizard Squad. Now this has pissed off a lot of people because whereas I understand why they do it, it's just so dumb. What are you getting out of it other than other people being angry? Why are there people, this is a rhetorical question, why are there people out there that just enjoy being assholes?
Some people want to watch the world burn.
Yeah, and that's the only explanation for it. That was nail on the head there. With Alfred, it was Alfred, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
Yeah, and we obviously read, you were on top of it, posted it to the Aussie Gamers Express page, and we had a fair few of our community have their say. Pat Clifford writes, "Fucking pricks. I wonder."
That's him.
I wonder how they would be if a butthurt gamer our sized showed up on their doorstep. Or should I say walked into their mum's basement? Yeah, that's probably about right. Well, those losers probably are still living with their parents and just have access to the internet and more knowledge than they deserve. See if I've got another comment here. How low can people get? It's the weekend. I know, it's sad. It's very, very terrible for it to especially be on the weekend. But then he's written hashtag Xbox for life. Yeah, well, Xbox gets done too. They all get done. What else?
At least when the PSN was down, we could still play in 1080.
Well, you can still play your games. That's the main thing. Callum Cox has written, I wonder if someone could get, I don't know what that is, I think that might be a typo, could get them into giving away their actual addresses. They might get a bit of a shock then, yeah, if somebody rocks up to their house. That could get nasty. That could get very dangerous if that happened.
I'm sure there's people out there that know exactly where they are and who they are, so...
Yeah.
Just gathering the evidence at the moment, I think, so...
Yeah.
Don't away.
Andrew Threllfall, he says, scum, wannabe keyboard warriors with no life away from a monitor, sad little turds. Mate, I agree with you.
Well said.
Well said. Well said there. Kevin Wyborn, what the fuck is the point to bringing down PSN? Seriously, you'd have to be a mighty small... have to have a mighty small pin dick to think that's funny. Absolutely.
Au contrary, Sean didn't think it was funny.
Yeah. Joshua Ryan Dewsbury, that's why I has that X-bone.
Well, because of Lizard Squad, you're a champion.
What?
He has the Xbox so he doesn't get attacked by Lizard Squad. Jesus.
Well, yeah, that's where we'll have to invoke a very loud rant moment when Xbox gets done next.
Sure, I must.
What else got here? Matthew Susie, bloody pricks, trying to play Bloodborne. And you need it to be online to play that because it's so damn hard. I feel your pain, Matthew. And Ethan Whalen, for fuck's sake, you nerdy. See you next Tuesday. Just give it a rest. Like, what does it prove? That you are sad and have nothing to do but hack into PlayStation Network and then say that you missed us? Well, guess what, you little prick? No one missed you and your fat friends.
Ring.
Did you miss him, Red?
Oh, so...
Anyway. Squad. Hashtag my dad loved me too much.
Touch me in the pants. So there you go. PSN was down last week. Lizard Squad reckon it with them, and they've got little penises. But the Aussie Gamers Express community have had their say, and I agree with them. Well done, well said. And Sean, give us your next news.
Well, there mightn't be an indictment against them yet at Lizard Squad, but I can tell you what they're gathering the evidence, because they have had an arrest this week, not Lizard Squad, but a kid has been arrested, a 17-year-old, for DDoSing a West Ada school district in Idaho in the US, which has 52 schools and 32,000 students. So this kid's launched a DDoS attack against the school network and brought it all down, but it was during the time that they were doing the Idaho Standard Achievement tests. So many students had to do the tests multiple times, lost all their work and all that kind of stuff. And yeah, here's a little bit of justice here in the end. It said if the charges go through for the computer crime felony, he's looking at up to 180 days in juvenile detention, and his parents will be handed the bill for financial restitution suffered by the school district.
Yeah,
Shit.
if it's a minor, yep.
Yep, so...
Well, they're paying for the IP, aren't they?
Yeah, well, they can sit there and say as much as they like. They're doing... There's no indictments, there's no this and there's no that. You know what? Every time that you do this, it's building up the evidence against you. And you know what? You do it once, you do it twice. They're not going to bother charging you. You do it 5 or 6 times and the things come up against you, then they've got multiple felonies against you, which you will go away for.
That's hard time and not allowed to touch a keyboard.
Yeah, so you do it once or twice, you're probably going to get a slap on the wrist for it. Don't do it again. But multiple times and, provoking people over it and it's a whole narcissistic, being narcissistic when they're doing it for their self-gratification. You see this by the taunts that they're putting out in tweets and all that kind of stuff.
See, a lot of people think, I guess the uneducated people will be like, oh, how can you get jail for doing that? But you got to look at the big picture, okay? You're not just pissing off me, Red, Sean, everybody else playing it. It's not just you're annoying us. Now, this is like Sean's statistics that he likes to bring up about video games. Let's just say it's down for 24 hours. How much is 24 hours worth of PlayStation Network worth? Whatever it'd be. Let's just say it's worth $1.
30 cents. $1.
Yeah, say it's $1. How many people subscribe to the PlayStation Network?
More than Xbox Live.
Fuckloads. You take that $1 and you multiply it between all of those people that have missed out, and these are the sort of things that like Sony may have to give back. So that's a loss of income there. Not to mention, people are always purchasing from the store. It's a shop. If something happens, like there's a fire in a store down at the local shops, they lose money because they're not selling shit. They're not operating. They're not open for business for that time. So they're losing money. That's exactly the same with an online store like PSN or the Xbox or whatever. So they're losing all that money as well. And you multiply that by the amount of people that are affected. This is big money. Massive money that these people are defrauding out of these companies. So if you look at embezzlement claims and things like that, that's jail. Yeah. Why is this any different? Okay, yeah, they're not taking the money. They haven't stolen the money, but they've caused such a loss.
Yeah, and it's the same with looking at it back in, when was it, 2012, 2011, 2012, was it, when they hacked the PlayStation Network and took the PlayStation Network down for nearly 2 or nearly 3 months.
Yeah.
And
I remember that.
Sony turned around and gave everybody a free month worth of PlayStation Plus.
And a choice of two out of 5
games.
Yeah,
2 out of 5 games as well. And that's massive money as well. That's all at a loss.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
even though you turn around and go, well, you're paying them for it, and they don't have to do it because they never had PlayStation Plus before, and you never got anything anyway. It's still a product, and it's still worth money to them. So loss of profit.
Absolutely. So yeah, I agree. I mean, if a kid sneaks out at night and goes and commits a crime, I think that's a little bit different. You can't literally nail your kid's feet to the ground, but you can regulate what goes on in your home. If they're doing this sort of shit, then you got to take away their internet, or you got to at least watch what they're doing.
Actually, sorry, I've got to think the kid that's been arrested and charged has paid somebody to do it.
Oh, okay.
That's how 90% of them do it anyway.
Yeah.
Right. It's like a hitman.
Yeah. There's a website you can go to, chuck in an IP, and you buy packets of data, whether it be $1.49 for 10,000 packets of data, and then you send that down the line, and someone's modem will my modem shit itself for 2, 3, 4 hours at a time when it just become prevalent in Black Ops 2. Yeah, the website is you can go buy packets of data of just nothingness and tell them where you want it to go, and they'll send it down the line for you. That's how bloody accessible it is. It's bullshit.
Let's not educate people on how to DDoS. Red, you got some news, man?
All right, we've got a pretty cool tease. You know, you guys know me better than a lot of people do, intimately. But I'm not a big racing car game fan.
Yeah, no, that's probably. I asked you last week, what's the genre that you just either shit at or don't like, and that's what you said. Racing games.
Racing games, but there's one that I might be able to get into, because EA have teased for the next Need for Speed game that we were talking about 2 weeks ago on the podcast. Could be Underground 3.
I've never been excited for Need for Speed games.
No, but I loved Underground 1 and 2. It was just so cool because you could customize it, make it look pimp. It was just urban car racing at its purest, and it was, I could really get into that because I think that may have been one of the very first Need for Speeds where it was open world. You actually had to go to where you wanted to race, and you could just cruise around and go to shops and upgrade this, that, and the other. So that was really cool back on the PS2. So
let's just say quickly, that's what I don't like about them.
Oh, that it's not
I like my simulators, so
yeah. But I like Burnout.
I liked Burnout as well. Burnout Paradise was pretty cool.
I liked crashing in Burnout. I never did one mission.
No, you just send the car down the lot and try and take out as many buses as possible for the multiplier.
Yeah, crash into shit, go over jumps, smash through windows and billboards, and yep.
But I have no stats to back my claims, but I would really suggest that Underground would want to be one of Need for Speed's highest earning sub-franchises or sub-series. So yeah, that's just, they're teasing that it could be Underground 3, so...
And that's very shortly, isn't it? I think it might be tonight.
The reveal?
Yeah, the 20th, I think.
Yes. Yeah, I wasn't going to mention it because, obviously... Yeah. So go to YouTube and check out the Need for Speed reveal that's going live tonight. I might actually, while someone's calling out some news, I'll just do a post.
Okay. All right, next news. I've got more songs to the Guitar Hero Live song list.
Oh, hit me with it, baby.
So they're pumping out these songs like every week. So I've got another 10. All right, yeah. And I'm happy with them. I don't know all of them, but I do know some of them, and they're sounding good. So first one is Royal Blood, Little Monster. Do you know that one?
No, I don't.
No, me neither. Marilyn Manson, Disposable Teens. I like that song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm happy about that. Kill Switch Engage. In due time.
Wicked! Sick!
I've heard of them. I don't know any of their stuff, though.
Kill Switch. Yeah, they're sick.
We've got Marmozets. Move, Shake, Hide. I don't know what that one is.
I like that.
Of Mice and Men, Bones Exposed.
Oh, yes.
Rings a bell. Deftones. I reckon there'll probably be a lot of people in my age bracket that'll be happy about that. Deftones Diamond Eyes. We've got Vistachino, Sweet Remain, Bring Me the Horizon, Shadow Moses, Mastodon, High Road, and Trivium Strife.
Oh, that'd be alright.
So I think the songs are coming along good.
I wonder if all these ones that they're dropping are going to be day one content.
I think they will be.
I very much hope so.
I can't imagine them dropping these and then going later on the track, oh yeah, no, you're paying for them extra. That's not in the game. I can't imagine that happening.
Activision.
Yeah, maybe. Oh dear. It's free to play. Everything that we announced you need to pay for. That's like that SingStar at the moment. I'm like, oh, it's free to play. What can I... okay, there's one song.
Twinkle, twinkle. I've already got the hard goddamn score. Well, I've got you know how I told you I had a little bit of extra news in case we need. I might just tag one right on the end.
Go ahead.
Rock Band 4 has come out and announced their first 6 songs.
Oh, cool. What are they?
In no order. The Who with The Seeker.
Mm-hmm.
Spin Doctors, Little Miss Can't Be Wrong.
No, right.
The Killers, Somebody Told Me.
Cool.
Jack White, Lazaretto being the song. Fleetwood Mac, You Make Loving Fun.
Mm-hmm.
And Avenged Sevenfold, Hail to the King.
Okay, I knew most of those.
Yeah.
If they keep going along those lines, I think Rock Band's going to be getting one.
It's going to be bigger, isn't it? So, yeah. And just to back up what we were talking about a couple of weeks, Sean, you and I, Mad Catz will develop and manufacture a new generation of wireless music game controllers for the game, although old peripherals will work as well.
Awesome.
Have one more go at that word.
Peripherals. Peripherals.
No!
Peripherals.
Peripheral? Peripheral. Peripheral?
Peripherals.
Yeah. Peripherals.
It was said it's that many times, it's not a word anymore.
Yeah. You do it.
Peripheral.
What?
It was said it that many times, it doesn't make sense now. Controller.
Yeah.
Fucking plastic guitar thingy. But yeah, that's go.
Nice. All right. Who are we back to? Sean.
Okay, Daybreak, the developers of H1Z1, have come out and banned 25,000 people from their servers for cheating.
Wow, that is one hell of a HIZI Fit.
Yeah. So they've for people using like aimbots and stuff like that, there's a site called TM Cheats that people can get all these little mods and all that kind of stuff from. And yeah, they've come out and had as you say, a tissy fit over it and banned 25,000 people.
I could tell that went over your head, Sean. A HIZI Fit?
H1Z1.
H1Z1?
Yeah, all right.
You
went straight over
simple
it.
Man.
Yeah.
But so they should.
So.
But so they should. You know what I mean? That's bullshit shenanigans. We were just talking about it with the hackers and whatnot. It's just stuff that doesn't need to take place in the gaming community.
I'm telling you now, they need to acknowledge cheaters in this world. Cheaters are there. What they need to do is have a specific lobby or server for cheating. Because people want to cheat because it's fun. It can be fun. Make a lobby where everybody cheats. Why can't that be a thing?
An asshole.
And they make an Olympics where people are allowed to take steroids and people are allowed to be on ice and have like junkies doing the
it's called the Tour de France
sprint and all that. Yeah.
And the 100-meter.
Yeah.
And what's your name, ma'am? You're running the 100 meters? Michelle.
Oh fuck! What was that one last night? What's his brother's name?
Have a look at them in the spandex as they're running, and they got bigger junk than the guys do.
What are you talking about, Red?
Oh, last night something bolt come up and you went, "Oh, Usain's brother."
Oh yeah, it was the precision bolt for my crossbow. Precision bolt, Usain's brother.
And then Rip me goes, huh. And I went, "Oh wow, really? That joke of the year."
Whatever.
Yeah.
All right, move on.
Moving on. So, the next DLC is about to drop for Dying Light on May 26th for New Gen and PC. It will be titled The Bozak Horde. Free for season pass holders and is $10 American, so $37 Australian. But this is where that arena opens up, Luke.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, so it's designed with co-op gameplay mode. Bozak will offer a hefty challenge, even for the most experienced teams of 4. So you're probably going to have to take a team in there. But there's also, if you can complete it, you get a cool crossbow.
Yeah, I want to get that.
Yeah, so that'd be sick. So hopefully they have matchmaking, but I doubt it. You'd probably have to take a team of 4 to the point. But we'll see.
Cool. We're gonna have to get you a copy of the DLC. We'll sort that out.
Cool.
All right, nice. I'm looking forward to that because that's that stadium that I've drawn attention to. Yeah, that you can, if you go there now, you can see that all they need to do is like remove a concrete barrier that's a door thing, and you'll be able to go straight through. Yeah, that's it. Being made. All good. Can't wait. All right. Is that me now?
Yeah, bro.
Heroes of the Storm is now in open beta. Now, not that this is anything that I'm going to jump up and down for, but if you missed out on the closed beta, you can now jump on and get into some Heroes of the Storm action. Anybody can do it. So jump on the website and you'll be able to be a part of it. The official global release date is June 3, 2015, and it's going to launch with 30 playable heroes and 7 battlegrounds. That's pretty big when you consider what you get in League of Legends. It's only the one map, isn't it?
Yep.
So you're going to get 7 maps. You'll have 30 playable heroes, and I believe, Sean, correct me if I'm wrong, they're going to have a character rotation as well.
That's what I'm guessing.
Yeah. That'd be good if they do that.
Shit, with everything you've said about Airmac Arena, I'd like to jump on and have a game with you guys of that Heroes of the Storm.
Yeah, well, I've still got it on there, so if you name it, man.
Yeah,
I want to try it out.
It's tearing you away from The Witcher that'll be an issue.
That's the thing. And Magic is going to do that, but I don't see much before that.
That's it. So maybe in about 6 years we'll give it a go.
When it's in closed beta.
All right, have we got more news?
We do.
Yeah.
Let's quick because we are running way behind time.
All right, Rainbow Six Siege has a release date.
Oh, yes!
So I'll be quick with this, 13th of October. PC, Xbox One, PlayStation 4.
Just
so
because
it's going to come out a
birthday.
couple of weeks just before Assassin's Creed will be released. So, yeah, there is a closed beta that you can still register for on the Rainbow Six site. So there will be a beta, just not 100% sure when that will be yet. They haven't released any further details on that. So
Sorry, say the date again.
the 13th of October.
October. I do believe I'm maybe on holidays then. If
Yeah,
not,
I'll probably be with you the day before or a couple of days before that.
yeah, if I'm not on holidays, I'm going to resign. That's fine. I'm really looking forward to that game.
Yeah.
Nice. All right. Anything else?
One last one.
Go for it.
Up until May 21, there is a secret cow level in Diablo 3.
Oh, is it going to be for a limited time?
Yeah, to celebrate... What is it? What are they celebrating? Is it their third birthday? No. As part of the game's third birthday celebrations. Yes. Blizzard has placed in the PC, Xbox One and PS4 version of the game a secret cow level. So in order to initiate that, you have to kill a cow, which will open up a portal, and then you go in and you fight cow elites, and there's cow chests, and a cow queen.
And now, so a little bit of background for that is ages ago it was like a rumour that there was a cow level, but there never was.
Yeah, there never was.
So now they made one. Nice, that's fair enough. All right, so there will be a cow level.
And it will be free. It won't be DLC. It's just because Blizzard are awesome.
It's just Blizzard. It's not EA or Activision. All right, so that's it. That's all for the news.
Yes, man.
All right, we're going to have to fly through What's That Sound? So let's do that now.
I think it's time we stop. Children, watch that sound. Everybody look what's going down.
All right, last week we had Red's sound, which I believe I got correct. Is that right?
You did, my man. You did.
Cool. And for those that are listening at home, this is what the sound was. And it was Missile Command. And we got, so far, a couple entries. None of them are right.
For Russell, he wanted to say it was that. And he goes, but no, it's not. I'm like, yeah, but yes, it is.
Oh, did he mention the mission command, did he?
Yeah.
Oh. He's cool. He's all right. You'll get it.
He's in.
All good. All right, now this week's sound. Let's have a listen to this one. This one is actually being sent in by one of our listeners, one of our fans. Thank you very much to Ross Mark. So, Ross, you can't enter this week.
It's Destiny.
You dickhead. That's it.
It's Destiny.
It's not Destiny.
One more time.
One more time. Oh, Red. Yes. You don't even play the game.
No, I know, but it sounds like...
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Well done, Red. That was quick. Well done. I asked for a quick What's That Sound, and you delivered. Congratulations. So, Sean, it is not Destiny.
Wow.
All right, well, let's move on to not so frequently asked questions. All right, as I said at the start of the show, this week's topic is Xbox. So it's not going to be a specific Xbox, but we're going to just have a couple of things about that. Now, first up, this is probably the most unbelievable one that I didn't know about. On the original Xbox, gave birth to the original Halo, right?
Yes.
I always thought that was it. It was Bungie made Halo for Xbox for Microsoft, but that's not the case. Bungie originally made it for another console, or not necessarily a console, but another competitor. Can you guess as to who it might have been for originally?
Apple.
That's not a guess if you know. Surely you knew that.
Nah.
Bullshit. Why'd you say Apple?
Because I knew it was on PC, and I was thinking, it's definitely not PlayStation. What else could it possibly be?
Oh, we got another Rain Man on our hands. Correct. It was originally going to be an exclusive for Apple Mac, but Microsoft, about a year after it was unveiled and released that it was going to be for Apple, Microsoft bought Bungie and went, yoink! Halo's coming with us, bitch.
That's what they do when they want anything.
Oh, that's Microsoft versus Apple for you.
Yeah, well.
Throw a shitload of money out of it. But good move. Massive good move.
Yeah.
Here's one that a lot of people might know, but some people won't because it's not that often discussed. But why the Xbox is called the Xbox. You guys know, don't you?
Direct Xbox.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I was going to say it's only as good as the X button on the PlayStation control.
It was called the Direct Xbox originally because the original Xbox it ran DirectX.
DirectX, yeah.
That was the thing behind it there. All right, now also Xbox has a gamer score system like the PlayStation has a trophy system, and like Steam has a achievement system as well. With gamer score, you get different points for earning achievements and it all tallies up. Currently, the largest gamer score is 1,158,095. And now that's owned by a person by the name of Stallion83. And now he not so long ago, when he broke the 1 million mark, was granted a golden Xbox Live card, which gave him a lifetime membership. And it has his gamer tag engraved on it. So there you go. That's the largest.
I just find that funny. They're feeding his addiction.
Well, yeah.
I remember you guys covered that before I was even a podcast host when he cracked the million.
Yeah, that when it actually happened. So the answer to who is the owner of the largest or highest gamer score, Stallion83, and you can look him up by googling him, and you'll see what his current gamer score is. But that's current as of today. Also, remember, and I'm sure people that had the Xbox 360 definitely won't forget, but the original Xbox 360, can you guess what, in a percentage, what the failure rate was with the Red Ring of Death?
I'd say about 70.
Ooh, 70%?
Yeah.
I was going to go 17.
Well, if we were
Happened
playing...
fucking 3 times on mine.
if we were playing... what's that game show? Come on down.
Price
is Right. If we're playing The Price is Right, you'd get a bam for Sean because you've gone over. But the closest without going over was Red. You said 17%. The actual percentage was 23.7% was the failure rate. Now that's
a quarter.
That's a lot. Yeah, call it a quarter. That's one in 4 consoles blew up and died. Now, that's a lot. And you think how many that are a particular store. So your local store would have sold a couple of hundred, maybe even more, even if they sold 1,000. That's 250 consoles just in one localized area, like one small store could have had 250 screw up. That's a high. That's 9 times worse than the Nintendo Wii. I'm not sure that means anything because the Wii, I never heard any problems about it, but that's a disgrace. That is really, really bad.
When I worked in a gaming store and we had the faulty stuff come back, we used to send out pallet loads, like 3 consoles in a box, and send out pallet loads of them to the repairers to get them fixed and available for resale as pre-owned. The amount of them coming back was massive.
Yeah, that's pretty bad. So yeah, if anybody was wondering,
it was the main chip in it that used to lift.
Well, the
chip.
Yeah, what do you call it? There was that paste that was like a heat.
Yeah.
Paste or whatever would dissipate or something like that, and then it would overheat.
Oh, the solder.
No, not a solder. Per se.
Yeah.
It's like a paste that it has thermal properties to it, which would suck the heat out of the chip into the heatsink.
Mm.
And if that dissipated and was nothing there, then the heatsink wasn't working, so the heat wasn't being pulled away from the chip, and it was overheating and giving you the RROD. So there you go. That's what that percentage was. Not as high as what some people would think, but that's very high still. Now, here's another thing that I didn't know about. Now, the Xbox 360 is probably only as successful as it is thanks to the developer Epic. Now, Epic were the developer. They created Gears of War, which was one of the first games that came out on the Xbox 360. And
fantastic.
It gave a true next-generation experience. It was a blow-away game. It was, like you said, Sean, fantastic. It was an awesome game. But they cried and cried and cried to Microsoft saying, you need more memory. You need it. You need more. The original Xbox 360 was supposed to ship was 256 megabyte of RAM. That's nothing. Thanks to Epic, they doubled it to 512, which is what the current Xbox 360 has. And if it weren't for Epic and them making such an awesome game and needing all that memory, we probably wouldn't have got half of the video games that we got. Because the Xbox 360's life, the games that came out of that were epic, amazing.
That's still not a lot of memory, really, is it?
When you think of it, it was a 512 isn't really that much memory to be having in it, but
no, 512 is nothing. Imagine if we had half of nothing.
Yeah,
Like,
but then again, the console did come out fair while ago. Was it 2005?
That's right, yeah. But
Yeah.
what I'm thinking of is the games that came out towards the end of its life. They probably wouldn't have even been possible.
No.
Right.
With 256 megabyte of RAM. So that's an interesting thing there that Epic.
But looking at as well, I think that the hard drive that came out on the original one, which I've got, like my one doesn't even have a HDMI output on it, and that was only 20 gig.
Yeah, that's the one.
I wouldn't have been able to wouldn't be able to play GTA or anything on it because it just wouldn't fit.
Yeah. So with my original one, I had the same as you, exactly the same. The white one, 20 gig hard drive, no HDMI. It all just did the component or composite or whatever it's called. And that red ringed, and I ended up getting rid of it. Now I've got the slim ones. But there you go. That's some not so frequently asked questions about the Xbox.
Didn't they have a quick? Just another one that I think I remember was didn't they have a big failure with the HD DVD? Remember when that came out?
Oh, not a hardware failure. It just failed because it was a flop because it was like you could buy a HD DVD player which looked like like an external hard drive basically that you put on top of your Xbox 360, which plugged into the back of the thing. Yeah. Yeah, I forgot about that. But the reason why that failed is because Sony won the HD DVD versus Blu-ray war.
Yeah.
And
Thank God they did.
Well, yeah, because the Blu-rays are better than HD DVDs, but essentially it was hit or miss which way we went, and we probably did go the right way. So that's why the HD DVD player on the Xbox died.
Yeah.
Probably a collector's item now. All right, well, that's it for Not So Frequently Asked Question. Let's move on to Shout.
Shout! Let it all out!
No worries. Well, quickly, you're going to have to forgive me because I've only got their on-screen names from yesterday during the stream. I was joined by a bloke called Fair Dinkum, so I'm guessing he's from the UK or Asia somewhere. But no, he says it's good to see Australian people trying to stream. He doesn't use or utilise Facebook, but he's a long-time listener of the show, so we're hitting him with the mediums of Twitch and Stitcher as opposed to Facebook, and then from there on. So I thought that was worth a good mention.
Good on you, Fair Dinkum. Love you all.
Also,
Thank you.
B-Dog, that was his on-screen name too. He constantly comes and watches the Don Bradman streams.
Yeah, he's a regular. Good on you, B-Dog. How are you, mate?
Ben Martin jumped on for about an hour and a half during his lunch break yesterday to show a bit of support, which was really cool.
Benny boy!
Yeah, once again, Rusky Big Musky just rearing his head, giving us his 2 cents worth. Do appreciate his support on a weekly basis. And third time in a row, Ross Mark, someone come along, get a bit more active and knock him off his throne for three mentions in a row, because he just keeps chucking us a little bits of information in the messages that we're possibly able to use to make news stories out of or post. So really do appreciate it. Keep it up.
Good on you, Ross. Nice. So that's it?
Yeah, mate.
All right, well, that's the show.
Well, now that we're at the end of this week's show, please take the time to like us on Facebook. Search Aussie Gamers Express up in the little search bar up the top there, and you'll find us there. On Twitter, follow at Aussie Gamers 12. Twitch, Aussie Gamers TV at twitch.tv. Check out our YouTube channel. Search Aussie Gamers Express in the search bar. Like, subscribe, comment, to all those kind of cool things on there. Check out all of our latest reviews, thought pieces, news, all that kind of stuff at www.aussiegamersexpress.com. Stitcher, TuneIn Radio and iTunes is the best way to listen to these podcasts. Search Aussie Gamers Express on there and subscribe. PO Box 130, Cranebrook, New South Wales 2749 is where you can send your snail mail. Just remember that Luke loves glitter in his letters. And that's it. Yeah.
I swear,
for one of them to send it.
If anybody does, it's on. I'm not going to retaliate to them. It's coming to you.
Yeah.
And rule of 10.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm just going to open up my door and I'm going to get a friggin' box load of glitter thrown at me.
Oh, it's not going to be glitter. It's going to be something totally undesirable.
Dog shit.
Just remember, what you
No,
find
don't
undesirable, I might find erotic. So you need to be wary of that.
Oh wow! The Darks tell us the humour went through Pod Night. Trust me, he might.
Yeah.
Probably. Weirdo.
Let's just say if you get raped, it's your fault.
Fair call. I've been LewkOne.
I've been Thorncliff.
I've been read.